Hey, what's up, Facebook Live? You're watching Ring Rants. Never mind, my mustache isn't going to stay. Anyways, how's your Saturday night going? Really? That's great. Mine's going awesome. Thanks for asking.
The Bears.
The Bears. They lost because the guy couldn't kick a field goal and bounced off the crossbar like 2 times. Sorry, Bears fans. Anyways, what's up? Hold on. Before we get into our topic of the WWE releasing some wrestlers.
Yeah, fired!
We're going to add one of the wrestling marks out there whose name happens to be Mark because he's a Mark. Ha 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 ha. Last time I heard that joke, I fell off my roller coaster. So what's up? What's up, Michael? What's up, Alyssa?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
On with the show.
We're bringing Mark on camera. Tim grew a mustache. I grew one too, but it fell off. So I just put it to the side.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, Mark. Mark has a real mustache.
I do.
Where did your mustache come from, Mark?
Oh! I didn't even notice Tim's face.
I had a mustache when I took it off because it wouldn't stay on my face. See?
Oh my God! Where the hell did you get that thing?
Hold on, can you hold this, Tim? Let me try to get it out of my face again.
Will we get you a new one?
No. Tim, just hold the phone for a minute, please. Okay, let's see if I can hold it more angled towards me. Let's see if I can get this mustache to stay on my face. Okay. What up?
Where the hell?
Hello.
Where the hell did you
Welcome
get that?
to Ring Rants.
Live.
We have breaking news. Recently released wrestlers follow as TJ Perkins.
Isn't that a restaurant?
Tye Dillinger. And the Perfect 10. Tye Dillinger. And Hideo Itami. Hideo Itami has been released. And good old Arn Anderson has been released.
Damn it, my mustache isn't staying on.
Anyways.
WrestleMania!
The following superstars have been fired. And we are shocked, but in belief. Then again,
I'm not shocked.
not really, because they weren't being used.
No.
Damn it, Vince!
No.
Damn it, Vince! What he said. My
Well, like,
mustache is
what are
falling.
you gonna do with like this? Their roster's so huge, right? And
It's huge!
Yeah.
I hate that guy.
Your mustache is his mustache is gone. How's Tim staying
I
so
don't know.
perfectly? And your mustache is like, nah, bro, I'm out. It's like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Hey, you got a real mustache.
You know what they say, strong stash.
What's a good stash? You never go
Free mustache rides.
eyelash?
Ladies. Hello, ladies. Call me the
No.
Buzz.
No. Oh my God. What did I come into?
Exactly.
Jeez.
That's what I said when I entered the world.
Oh, okay, good.
No, when
I
was
thought you were
born,
gonna say something. I thought you were gonna say something so much worse than that.
I don't say worse things.
Well, yeah, the only one that I'm like kind of shocked about is Arn Anderson, because he was with the company for a long time as a producer and writer. And the thing is, it comes so close to Ric Flair's 70th birthday, and you would have thought he would have done something with the Four Horsemen.
Yeah, maybe, but also at the same time, the fact that Arn's been around for so long, they probably just want to go a younger direction with,
Right.
Whatever it is he does. So, I mean, I'm sure he'll still be there. It's not like WWE never brings anyone back, for a special occasion. If they even do some big thing with the Horsemen and whatnot for Flair,
Right.
they might just focus on Flair and that's it.
Right.
But to me, that just seems like it's a move just to get a new person in, new younger person that
What's up,
has
Kenny?
fresh ideas.
And do you know who they just signed?
What's up, Adam?
To come back?
Bruce
Pritchard is coming back.
I thought you were going to say Bruce Jenner.
So get rid of one old timer and bring in someone else. Like
let's replace with old timer with old timer. That makes sense.
I don't know. I mean, Pritchard, I think, has even longer history with WWE, so maybe he's got some kind of leverage or some kind of pull. So I don't know. It's interesting, at least from that perspective. But like as far as the wrestlers, honestly, the only one that I'm kind of disappointed in them releasing is Tye Dillinger.
Yeah,
I always liked him a lot. I think they could have done something with him, at least in the short term, to kind of save his WWE career. I mean, they've done it in the past where they've thrown someone in a tag team or someone in a group, and it's kind of revitalized their career. That could have been Tye Dillinger right there. He certainly has the character for it. And,
I don't get it, dude. A lot of these wrestlers are super over in NXT, and then it doesn't translate to the main roster.
But remember, NXT is a different feel than the main roster. NXT, they catered to a different demographic of wrestling fan. So someone like a Tye Dillinger will work there very well. But the main roster, the Raw and SmackDown demographic, is much different from it. I mean, yeah, there's crossover, but
WWE owns
that's why you see a lot. I know it's all WWE, but it's you can't tell me it's not marketed differently.
Definitely.
NXT is definitely marketed towards like the smart internet fan.
It's more like indie style.
Yeah, it's small show, right? They don't have giant, huge arenas that they fill, that they sell out or stadiums.
Only for the takeovers.
And I mean, those are as big as they get, but they don't get like super massive. And their main like TV show, quote unquote, is like a small. Is like a small arena, so it's got an indie feel. That's what those fans like of it. So, but it's different. That's the look they're going for. That's the appeal they're going for, and that's how a wrestler like Tye Dillinger will do well because he fits that mold. Maybe some of these guys just don't fit the main roster.
You want to come out of the show? Kyle's looking at us weird.
Oh, I'm sure you're wearing some creepy ass mustaches there.
Well, I did, but then mine fell.
And then it fell off. Well, yeah, Tye Dillinger, I think, that one kind of sucks that he's gone. But the rest of them, like, I'm not even gonna think about him because it's like Tommy was barely around because he was hurt a lot. Even when he was around, it wasn't anything special. He did great in Japan. He was very popular in Japan, but again, he fits their style of wrestling better than he does.
He had one good match with Austin Aries.
Yeah, everyone gets one good match.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Give me 10 reasons why Tye Dillinger asked for his release.
I can give you a big one. Probably he wasn't being used, and he probably has opportunities elsewhere. Or he feels like he'd have. Probably.
And he just got engaged.
Yeah.
To Peyton Royce on her birthday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now he's leaving.
I don't know.
Hopefully she gets more successful in WWE, and then he'll do his things on the Indies or AEW.
Tim, give me 10 good reasons why Tye Dillinger asked for his release.
There's only one. He wasn't getting used.
Also, I heard that he got food poisoning when he was eating his dinner at catering, and he's like, screw this, Vince. Vince is poisoning me. I'm leaving.
I didn't hear that part.
All right, we'll go with that.
I heard that.
We'll go with that.
No.
And then TJP, he had his run. He had a decent run as cruiserweight champion, but it all kind of fell apart when
go back to TNA.
When they turned him heel.
He'll go back to TNA and put the mask back on and be Suicide.
Yeah,
because that's what it used to be.
I think you should stay away from TNA. TNA is hot garbage.
Or he's going to end up going to AEW, but not everybody's going to go to AEW. A lot of people.
Yeah, and AEW.
AEW
is not going to want
AEW. What are you talking about?
They're not going to want WWE's throwaway every time. Like, geez.
True, they're going to want to develop their own talent too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they can get their own talent.
I mean, I think
it's right now. It's just Cody and friends.
I think Cody will give Arn a call as a writer.
I mean, why not?
Possibly.
Because he has history.
I mean, if Arn wants to continue to do it, then sure, why not?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm surprised that Slater hasn't been released yet after all these years.
Hey, don't jinx it.
Yeah, don't say it.
I don't
You're
really.
the king. Well, then don't say it, because every time you say some crazy shit like that, it happens, and then we're all like, "What the fuck, Alex?"
No, I'm just saying.
Case in point, Sheamus winning Money in the Bank.
What?
Case in point, Sheamus winning Money in the Bank a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Wait.
Remember when you predicted that?
Sheamus didn't.
Oh yeah, Sheamus did. Yeah.
Sheamus. I said Sheamus. You're like, oh, I got an outside the box pick, Sheamus, and it ended up coming true. I'm like, no.
Sometimes you gotta make those outside the box picks.
Yeah. But, no, I think Slater's fine because like WWE's always got to have like that lower card guy, that jobber wrestler or whatever that they could just shoe in any spot and be like, all right, you're losing in 2 minutes to Braun Strowman.
Well,
you're gonna make that look
kids.
good. Yeah, he's got kids too, so can't forget that.
I think back to TJP. I thought he was a great wrestler. Oh, there's Chase and Chase Utley.
No,
Chase Headley.
Sure.
Chase Field.
Get to your point.
Anyways, back to TJP. Toilet paper. No.
What's the J?
I don't know.
Jail? I don't know. Jelly.
You're reaching.
Anyways, back to TJP. If I'm going to be serious for a minute here. I think a big problem, with him is the fact that he was in the cruiserweights and Tibbs gave board already and he's on his phone. Okay, come on, dude.
Well, I'm sharing the video.
Wrecked.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. For sharing a video, that's great. Go for it. My bad. I take that back. Anyways, TJP.
You're lying.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
TJP, the biggest problem was he was in the cruiserweight division, and for the most part, no one really cares about the cruiserweight division. Sure.
Yeah, I like the cruiserweights.
Sure, the wrestlers are very talented, of course. But from a storyline standpoint, from a character standpoint, it's hard for people to get invested in them. Plus, they're hardly ever on TV. They're on 205 Live. They're not even on the main show. When 205 Live first started, it was on Raw for a little while. But even still, for the most part, people didn't really get into it. Maybe every once in a while, people will get into this specific match here and there. But as far as the characters are involved, as far as the storylines go, people didn't really care. They didn't really have that standout character for the most part.
I like the cruiserweights. I could tell you about all the cruiserweights.
Except for Mustafa Ali. He's one of the exceptions.
Yeah, but Buddy Murphy's really good. Cedric Alexander's really good.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. They're very talented. But I'm saying that in order to create a huge superstar, or even a superstar to some degree, they got to have some character development. They got to have some intrigue. You got to have something for the audience to get into. It can't be just the wrestling. Yes, there are a portion of fans who are just into the wrestling, and that's fine. I respect that. But I'm just saying there's a bigger portion of the fans that are into the wrestling, but they're also into the characters. They're also into the storylines. They're into the feuds. Not to say that they didn't have feuds in the cruiserweight division, but I mean, I can't tell you one feud over the past couple of years in the cruiserweight division. Maybe one feud.
The only one that was pretty noteworthy was Kendrick versus Perkins. Like, I remember that one, but mostly because Brian Kendrick was in it, and I've always liked Brian Kendrick.
Brian Kendrick was also he's another guy who asked for his release.
No, he's still there.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Well,
yeah, he is. He just wrestled like a week or so ago.
There was a big name cruiserweight that asked for his release. Maybe it wasn't Brian Kendrick, but it was someone else.
You might be thinking of like Aries or
Aries.
I think it was Aries.
Or Neville.
Aries, yes. And Neville, yes. Neville was another huge guy. They did nothing with him. Yeah. He had so much potential.
Well, now he's.
Well, I mean, he had the cruiserweight title, and that was kind of his big moment.
Well, now
he did
the AEW, so now he's known as Pac, so he's doing really well.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, he's built.
Yeah, no, like these cruiserweights, there's just no momentum behind them because we don't see them unless if you're watching 205.
I do.
Which, I mean, I know there are some people that do, but obviously not enough. Not enough to really generate a huge following or to justify having them on TV regularly. And then that's how these guys get
Mike Bennett.
Yeah,
like so many good people. You just don't.
They're all good.
They're all very talented, but what I'm saying is, characters-wise, storylines-wise, feuds-wise, no one really cares for the most part.
There's no investment for it. Yeah, there might be some good names
about the wrestling. I'd rather have a good match.
Even Ring of Honor has storylines,
a little bit.
Not super elaborate ones, but they have some kind of foundation of a feud, of a storyline, of some kind of gimmicky stuff. I don't know. Like, 205 doesn't really do it for me. Like, even though there's great wrestlers and they can bounce people back and forth and take cruiserweights and make them to the main roster or vice versa. But
I hope they push
until they get on TV and I think they need to legitimately dedicate a creative team or like a bunch of agents for the cruiserweight division if they want to make it better. They need a dedicated group into that, and if they have one already, they're not trying as hard. So, that's just my thought. Like, Raw and SmackDown, they have dedicated writers. NXT has dedicated writers and management people. The cruiserweights maybe could use something like that.
Yeah, and another big problem with 205 Live was I thought it was on at 205 every day. And it was live, but it wasn't. And I'm like, what? The Weather Channel is not at 205. And what channel is what channel is 205 Live on? Every single day for like 5 months.
It's on channel 205, Alex. It's on channel 205.
Maybe it was 205 in the morning. I was watching it in the afternoon. I think it was at 205 in the morning.
Yep.
So that's another thing. That's another issue is the fact that no one knows what it's on. People get confused. They think it's on at 205. But it wasn't. They lied.
Anyways.
And it wasn't live.
Okay, anyways. So, now that all these people have been released, we got a bunch of new creative people on the creative team. We got Davari on the creative team now. We got Chris Parks, formerly known as Abyss. We got Shane Hurricane Helms on the team. And we got Sanjay Dutt, former Impact Wrestling superstar and agent. What are your thoughts on that? And Jeff Jarrett is their agent as well.
I mean, that's a good, solid group there. Like, when I first heard Dutt and Abyss were coming, I'm like, are they going to have them wrestle? Like, what's going on? They don't need them. They're just more like old-time wrestlers coming back. But I know Abyss did a lot of the stuff backstage for TNA too. Dutt kind of helped the cruiserweights or the X division out. So they have history in that backstage role. So I think they should be fine. I think also getting new faces and new perspectives in can be potentially really good, and that could lead to better storylines, better feuds, so a better product overall. But I think when it comes to WWE, you gotta make sure you're getting fresh storylines and fresh ideas every so often, because the same group of people is going to come up with generally the same idea over and over again.
Yeah, and
eventually.
Also another thing is the thing is that it seems like the same wrestlers, same group of wrestlers are in the same spots week in and week out. Finally, we got a little bit of diversity, like a little bit of different things happening with Kofi thrown into the Elimination Chamber. But the only reason why he was thrown into the Elimination Chamber was because Mustafa Ali got injured. If Mustafa Ali never got injured, Kofi would have never got that chance. The crowd would never even been that into it. Nothing against Mustafa Ali, because I wish him the best, and I hope he gets opportunities, because that guy is awesome. But Kofi, no one out there deserves it. I shouldn't say no one, but almost no one out there deserves it more than Kofi, because he's been with the company for about 10 years or more, 12 years, and he's had tag titles with the New Day, and yes, he's had a lot of success with the New Day. They've been one of the most successful tag teams ever. But individually, I'm sure he has had individual titles along the way.
U.S. Intercontinental.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like individually he's had some success, but I feel like they haven't really utilized him to his full potential by himself.
Well, remember, too, also the last however many years he's been in a group, so he did have single success before the New Day. He was U.S. champion, was their Intercontinental champion, I believe, and he was a very popular singles wrestler. But going back to what you're saying about Ali and stuff, like, yeah, this was just a kind of a perfect timing for Kofi thing, because this is exactly what they would have done with Ali. Like, this was Ali's storyline, but now he's hurt, so Kofi took his place. And honestly, it worked better because, I mean, Ali was, getting over and had a bit of a following, but Kofi's been with the company for a long time, and people know him, and he has a much bigger following because of being there for a longer time, because of being in New Day, and the popularity they have. This was just them striking when the iron was hot. Like, this was a good idea to put Kofi in there. He was like the perfect replacement. Honestly, he's better than Ali. Like,
of course. And with that,
if this was just Ali, you would not have. You're not going to have people, looking for Ali versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. Like, that's just not happening.
Yeah, exactly. And as much as I like Mustafa Ali, I hate how sometimes, it takes like an injury for another wrestler to get an opportunity, but at least he got his opportunity.
That's how it goes, man. That's
like,
just
he should have been in there to begin with, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah. You could make that argument, but now you really got to be like, now you can really start pushing Kofi as a singles guy, with the New Day behind him, backing him up and stuff like that.
But I got a feeling, I agree with Michael. He says New Day turns. I got a feeling that I'm split on it of, the New Day breaking up. I think it would be more interesting from a storyline standpoint if they did break up. And I feel like that is a real possibility, that if Kofi does get this individual push, then I don't see the New Day, I don't see all three of them staying together for very long if that does happen.
I mean, you could keep them together and make this like interesting dynamic where Kofi's a champion and he's like the de facto leader of the New Day because he's the champion. You can play that up, and just because like hypothetically he wins the championship, I don't think
he's going to win it though.
They should split it. Well, I don't know. Like, we've seen how WWE can eventually respond to crowd support and momentum from the fans and give them, give this wrestler a title. Like, I don't think he's gonna win it at Fastlane because I think they could still build it a little bit more.
Right.
But if Kofi gets another shot at WrestleMania against Daniel Bryan, I think that's probably where you're going to see it. I think that's probably the perfect time to do it. If you're going to give Kofi Kingston the WWE title, you do it at WrestleMania. You make it as big and crazy as possible.
I know that.
Plus, it plays into the whole, like, you know, WrestleMania moment, childhood dream, blah, 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 Shawn Michaels, all that stuff. So.
True. I know that you're a big Daniel Bryan fan, and of course I love Daniel Bryan, but I think it would be amazing if they had Kofi win. I mean, like, just hear the chants at Elimination Chamber, and this would be great booking. Like, the reception by the crowd, man.
Yeah, if this keeps up and Kofi has this following, like, you're gonna have to do something with him. You know, the fans made Daniel Bryan the champion back in 2013, 2014.
Which is the whole ironic thing. If they had Kofi beat Daniel, this would be the same type of thing.
Well, what better of a person to kind of pass the torch in a kind of weird way?
Yeah.
You know, that we were talking the same stuff about Daniel Bryan this time a couple of years ago. So
okay, I got some news here. Coming.
Oh,
we got the new Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston will make their WWE Championship match at Fastlane official. Johnny Gargano will be returning to SmackDown with Tommaso Ciampa to go up against The Bar this week on SmackDown. Also, Aleister Black will be teaming up with Ricochet to take on the Bulgarian Brute Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, get these NXT guys right forefront and get them visible to the fans, because, you know, that's how you're gonna make it more of a successful transition. You know, not every NXT star is gonna make it big on the main roster, but I hope to all hell Johnny Gargano and Ciampa and Aleister Black and Ricochet being the big kind of four in NXT the last year or so, you gotta hope that they'll make it somewhere somehow. Like, I mean, I love Johnny Gargano. That guy is a freaking workhorse. He reminds me a little bit of Daniel Bryan, if I'm being honest. So, you know, I want to see him successful. Ciampa has been an amazing heel. Like, I could not have pictured this when they split DIY up. So,
but now
he's been phenomenal.
Now
hold on 1 second. Be right back. Here, you can.
DIY is technically back together because
technically they're not getting called DIY, but they're certainly tagging a lot, which is interesting because it wasn't that long ago that they were killing each other. So.
And they're going to be a part. They're going to be a part of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Oh, for NXT?
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, yeah, I guess they're not making the full jump over to WWE yet then.
No, they still got one more match.
Yeah.
One more big takeover.
Yeah, that's fine. I think, you know, making them regular on the show gets, you know, the crowd familiar with them and gives them an opportunity to kind of win them over. If you win them over, then here's your, you know, place. You know, you can be on Raw, you can be on SmackDown. I don't know which one fits them better. I kind of like Gargano and Ciampa on Raw. I kind of like Gargano and Ciampa on SmackDown, Aleister on Raw, and Ricochet. He feels like more of a SmackDown guy, just first glance.
I want to see him versus Mysterio.
Yeah, Ricochet versus Mysterio would be amazing.
I mean, I've already seen it because I've seen it in Lucha Underground.
Oh, yeah.
Because
they wrestled there?
For people who don't know who Ricochet is, his name is Prince Puma.
I just know him as Ricochet, so.
Yeah, he used to wear a mask.
Really?
So, Alex, what are you doing?
Eating a cookie.
You're being weird. Anyways, yeah, it's an exciting time right now. We're on the road to WrestleMania. We got DX going in the Hall of Fame, with China included. I'm very excited about that.
Did you see who they just announced is going in?
Who?
Christian.
Oh, really? I must have missed that.
Finally. Yeah, they just announced it today. Or I saw it, unless if it's a fake thing. But yeah, Christian, he's going to be the next one inducted, which very fitting. I agree with that 100%. So
they should get like a bunch of people from like a certain era, like inducted, like from like the 90s.
I mean, what they've been doing, it seems like they go, real old school, the 50s, the 60s, blah, blah, blah. Then you get to the 80s, the 90s, and then you get maybe like the early 2000s or just, the random, like, hey, this wrestler had a good 4 or 5 year run. Let's throw them in anyways.
I think Honky Tonk Man might be going in.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
And Bam Bam Bigelow. And the Heart.
There's a lot of guys that can still. There's a lot of guys that can still go in. Like, obviously, I don't think they're gonna pick anyone like that's gonna overshadow D-Generation X. But we'll see. I guess because there's always one big name that stands above all the rest, and I think DX is gonna be that, and everyone else is gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember them. They were really cool. So.
Are you excited about this?
Yeah, no, that's exciting. I'm glad they do it, and they're going to stick with it. And it always allows for, lots of different storylines, lots of new feuds, and new matchup opportunities. So it's something you got to do, but I really wish that they would make it more. I mean, I loved the draft back in the day. Like I loved it when they had the 2 general managers or whatever, just going back and forth picking people. But I know there's no general managers anymore, so.
Right.
I'm back.
Hi, welcome back.
Hi.
So, I mean, as long as they make it interesting how we find out who's going where, I'll be fine with it. So.
So I think what other wrestlers in the near future will either be released or ask for their release?
Oh, I mean, if you believe the internet, everyone's asking for their release.
I think also a part of it too is the WWE. Their roster is so huge; they want to make room for new up and comers from NXT.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, that's pretty typical. There's always a time of year where WWE kind of cuts loose people, and then that's around the time where they brought up someone new or they're going to bring up new people. So, I mean, this makes sense. They're bringing in, a bunch of NXT guys, and, you got to kind of cut loose some of the people you weren't even using. Like, if they're just sitting backstage doing nothing.
Just don't fire.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, they're putting them with Hawkins, so at least that's something. But you
gotta think.
I mean, that would be sad. That would be sad.
I'm surprised that they haven't released the Ascension or
Primo and Epico
or Fandango and Tyler Breeze. They're doing nothing with those guys.
Well, one of them's hurt, or is he back? No, he's hurt still, right?
Soon.
Yeah. I mean, the Ascension, okay, I can definitely see them getting let go because, I mean, they've
done nothing.
Suck. They're not.
Plus, they've done nothing.
Hey, they did nothing with the Revival, and now they're finally champions. So anything's possible.
Yeah, well, the Revival also has an easy to get behind or easy to boo kind of gimmick and character. The Ascension's just like,
want to be
their biggest thing that they've done in WWE is being comic relief in the Fashion Files. Like, that's pretty much it.
Which was quite a drastic change from when they first debuted.
Yeah, when they were shitting on old school tag teams and old school wrestlers.
I'm surprised that Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews, like all those guys, Dana Brooke.
I think Titus is safe because he does a lot of the
PR,
the hype for them. He does a lot of the PR, and he's got a good standing like that. So I'm sure he would be safe. Apollo, I can see them letting him go, but every once in a while they keep him relevant. They put him in a title picture.
Evolve too.
What's that?
They've been sending him to like Evolve and stuff as like a scout.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think the chances are Ziggler gets released or asks for his release?
Well, every time you hear about Ziggler, he always gets a better deal and resigns.
Yeah. So I think all the talk about Ziggler leaving or asking to go is like BS. It's just,
I mean, there was rumors they wanted to make him as a producer, but he wants to be a wrestler.
He's a great wrestler. They need to keep him.
And he is getting up there.
Lock him up for a long time.
He is getting up there.
You think Rusev will ask?
Yeah, but he could still go though. He's not that old. Jesus, they still have freaking old wrestlers.
Still have the Hardys. They're like 40-somethings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring back Crime Time. I'm pretty sure they burnt their bridge. If I read something online, that's true. Yeah. I think they burned their bridge in WWE. So.
Okay, so how about this? I'm going to name a couple wrestlers. You say the likelihood on a scale from 1 to 10 that they'll either be released / ask for the release.
It feels bad talking about who should go or not, though.
What?
Oh. It feels bad talking about people's livelihoods and jobs, but all right, go for it.
Well, I know, but
Primo and Epica.
If they're not released by now, then I think they're safe forever. Because what the hell, they're not even used at all, but they've been in the company for years.
No way, Jose.
Give them another year or two.
They worked so hard to trademark the phrase "No Way, Jose."
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Gallows and Anderson.
Oh, I think they're safe. They're fine.
The Lucha
if they can make the revival, if they can get the revival up to where they are now, they'll do that with the club more than likely.
I just don't want to see Bray Wyatt go anywheres.
If he keeps coming back, going away, coming back, going away, and nothing is sticking with this guy.
There's nothing.
He'll probably go at some point. As sad as that is, he'll probably.
What's up, Brian? What about Lucha House Party?
They're just starting to push them.
They're fine. They're on Raw every week. They're good. They're Gucci.
I like Kalisto.
I like Sin Cara.
Kalisto's good.
Sin Cara's not a part of Lucha House
Party.
Sin Cara's
not.
I know, but is he even still technically on the roster?
He's on SmackDown.
He's on SmackDown. Yeah.
He's coming back.
But he hasn't been on SmackDown. They're supposed
to start a new stable with Andrade, Mysterio, and Sin Cara.
I don't see that happening. Because then what? Are they all going to be heel, or are they all going to be face, or what?
They're turning Andrade face.
I don't know. I think it works better as a heel.
I work better as a heel.
All right.
Sure.
Trying to think who else.
We pretty much talked about everything. Well, we could talk about Roman Reigns. He's coming back Monday.
Well, just to give an update, he's not coming back to wrestle.
Hopefully it's a good update.
Yeah. Well, that's all you can really hope for.
It's going to be on Good Morning America on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So.
That makes me think it's going to be just bigger than a bigger than an update. Like, hey, this is how I'm doing. If he's going from WWE to doing some kind of talk show or whatever. So
Yeah, think
that's
about
interesting.
A couple years.
I didn't know he was going to be on that.
What's that?
I didn't know he was going to be on that,
Oh.
so that kind of changes things a little bit.
A couple years ago, when Rollins won the title at WrestleMania, he cashed in, and then the next day he was on Good Morning America. Today Show. They're all the same to me.
They always do that with someone who wins the title. They always make him do a bunch of like marketing and stuff like that. So
yeah, I'm just saying.
Pretty part.
I think it's going to be I think it's good. I'm hoping, at least, but I also think it's going to be good news if he's going to be on Good Morning America.
Well,
I would think.
What about
you would think, unless if he needs to like elaborate more on something. But
if
I don't know.
Roman Reigns helps Seth Rollins win the title, and then Dean Ambrose comes out, and they have a curtain call since Dean's going to be leaving, or maybe it's a work and Dean stays.
Oh, he's not going anywhere.
He could be leaving.
And the Shield reunites.
He's staying.
The Shield reunites, one night only curtain call.
No, this
That could
isn't the
happen.
Click. This isn't the Click.
Yeah, it is.
Ugh. It ain't the Click.
I don't know.
It's better than the Click.
I don't know.
What about
Way better than the Click.
What about Jinder Mahal?
He's fine.
He's
been
had such
champion.
a weird run. Like, he comes back, he wins the title. After he wins the title, nothing.
Oh well, what his moment.
Honestly, he shouldn't even been champion.
I know, that was so random.
He had his moment.
It was so random.
So
It was because they were going global. That's why they wanted to push it more in India, like the product. I think.
Yeah.
anyway,
That's exactly it. It was a calculated move. Probably paid off. Probably worked. So I can't, crap on him too much.
watch a movie.
Anything else you'd like to talk about, Sir Mark of New York State?
I think I'm good. I think we hit on all the big subjects, the big news for the last week or so. So
Yeah.
nothing I can think of, anyways.
Anything on your end, Tim?
Well, stay tuned to the page for updates. Fastlane's coming up in a couple weeks. Are you ready? I'm okay.
Buckle up, partner.
Yeah, we're on the fast lane on the road to WrestleMania.
What? What? Partner?
It's WrestleMania
Yeehaw.
season. Anything can happen.
Anything could happen. I could grow another fake stash.
And then watch it fall off slowly. Yep. Called it.
My
Bravo.
face isn't sticky enough.
Okay, that's awkward.
Yeah, that is awkward. It's me, Mario.
No.
Or,
Mario is Italian, not Jewish.
well, close enough.
I hope Raw's good on Monday.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
On that note,
thanks for tuning in.
Oh,
Be sure to like,
follow, subscribe,
and yeah, dig it.
dig it, or don't.
remember
choice.
Mario's Italian, not Jewish.
What if he's Jewish Italian?
I'm sure we could find some kind of Mario Christmas thing. So I don't think he is, but I don't know. This town ain't big enough for the four of us.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming out. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Ring Rants. If you'd like to leave a donation to save Ring Rants, we very appreciate it. Our show
Save the mustache.
Our show is,
Save this mustache, yeah.
we needed money for our mustache fund.
We also would like to save the dandelions. Because there's not enough of them around.
Anyways,
There's not going to be any around because it's cold.
Oh, that's true.
And snowing.
The chicken nuggets.
We'll get you on next time, Michael. We're wrapping it up.
Yeah, we got stuff to do.
Wait, which Michael is this?
The Avante.
Next time.
Was it the Michael that was like super negative, or?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, bring him on! Bring him on! Come on, I want to hear what he has to say.
We're doing it live.
Fine.
Doing it live.
Well, this video's gone on pretty long, but we'll put him on.
Oh, we got 4 people watching, so I think we should keep going.
Well, yeah, but if I bring him on, then it takes you off.
Well, then keep me on then.
Or you could take me off to bring him on. That's okay.
Just watching.
I don't even know who that is. And how the hell would I take you off when it's your feed?
Just hang up!
Well, hang up.
Hang up, damn it.
Jess is watching. I can bring her on.
Jess, want to come on?
Oh, she was watching for a second.
Oh, damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it, Janet.
All right, you want me to bring Michael on, but I would have to kick you off to bring Michael on.
No, that's okay. He can be negative somewhere else.
We're being a negative Nancy.
Oof. Ha. Ha.
We'll get you on next time, Michael.
Yep.
Sorry.
Think of something positive. Okay?
Chicken nuggets.
Anyways, like, follow,
that's
subscribe, and any last thoughts? Jerry Springer's last thoughts.
If you need help with anything, just know you are loved. Life is tough as it is. Just go out there and be nice to somebody. If it's a stranger, be nice to them. Brighten someone's day. It will make you feel good. This is Tim.
Fair.
You're watching Ring Rings.
Would you like a cookie? This is my random
Thanks.
act of kindness.
Oh, shit.
Later.
Ha. How do you hang this thing?
Chicken nugget. Are we done? Is it over?
Go home. It's over. The show's over. Go home. You're still here.
Rants live.
It's over.
All right, hang up.